Good morning, everybody. Spiritual Whistleblower here. What is it, Saturday? Yes, November 28th. How are you guys doing? I'm up early, doing my morning cardio. Feeling great, feeling fantastic. Watching the news, and I'm hearing that New York City, I don't know about the rest of New York State. New York City, next week we're going to go back into, I guess, the orange zone because of COVID. So it's looking like they're going to be shutting down everything. Like, we're going back into lockdown. That's my understanding. And it's like, whatever. I'm an introvert, and y'all know us introverts, this shit is nothing to us. The lockdown, it doesn't affect people. You know, when you've been abused all your life and forced into isolation and silenced, and you've lived your life as an introvert, and you don't really like dealing with people, this pandemic shit, this quarantine shit is nothing to people like us. So, oh well, bring it. Shit locked down and just locked down. I stay busy regardless. I cook. I work on different projects. I'm running my business. I'm a businesswoman. There's a million things you can do to keep yourself busy in the midst of this pandemic. And you also can become a better person. You can work on building your character and personal growth. And, it's a good time. This whole year, it's a great time for everybody to look in the mirror and get themselves together and just like do some soul searching and reevaluating and reassessing. See, I was grateful. This year, 2020, this was the best year because what it did, 2020, it exposed a lot of fuck shit. It exposed a lot of abusers that were in the dark doing their dirt. The domestic violence rate went up through the roof all over the world because quarantine forced the abusers to be behind closed doors on lockdown with their spouses and significant others. So, 2020, I'm grateful. This has probably been the most significant year. People are complaining, but I see the silver lining in it all. And, like I said, I did my most traveling this year. I flew everywhere over the summer. West Coast to the south, to the east, out of the country. I got rid of people. I thought I had got rid of all the snakes around me, but I think 2020 did like a complete, everybody that is a snake is gone out my life. Everybody. And I'm so grateful for it. These people, these narcissists, sociopath, psychopath, these toxic people have been exposing themselves left and right. And we're going to see more of this going into 2021. So brace yourselves. Ah, man. What gave me the idea for this video this morning? I don't know if you guys know the movie, The Passion of the Christ. The movie was directed by Mel Gibson. I would say probably close to 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. I saw it in the theaters when it came out. And, it's the story of the crucifixion of Christ. The main actor who played Jesus, his name is Jim Caviezel. He has a really weird last name, Caviezel or something like that. Very, very handsome. Oh, God. This man is so fine. Very handsome guy. He plays in a few sitcoms. I've seen him on a few shows like, I don't know if it was ABC or NBC. He's on some type of detective show where he plays like a detective. Very handsome guy. But, I was watching The Passion. I always watch it by myself. I cry through it. And I was watching the ending. After they had hung him to the cross, they nailed him to the cross. And then all the soldiers and people started to realize oh shit, we killed the wrong one. They were all looking at his body, like, you know, when he looked to the sky, he said, it is written, or it is done. What did he say when he looked up? And then he dropped his head. And then the sky started to change, and it started to storm. And everybody looked scared. Everyone got shook, and the soldiers were standing around like, oh my God, what did we do? And then the earthquake, everything started to shake. Pontius Pilate, the castle, everything started, the ground started to split open. It was a huge earthquake, and everyone was terrified. And that is when all the people, all the soldiers, the whole fucking kingdom, those that persecuted him, they knew, oh shit, we fucked up. We fucked up. And then it shoots to a scene where it shows Satan. This is where I'm going with this. There's a scene like after, you know, when all this is happening, Satan is cast out. He starts to scream. He starts to scream and he starts to rage. He's looking up at the sky. He was defeated. He's screaming and raging because he's defeated, because what's happening is that God Almighty is resurrecting Christ. God is like, okay, you killed my son. You thought he was lying. You smeared his name after he did good. He healed. He did all type of wonderful things. He even loved all his enemies. You all doubted him. You used him. You lied on his sweet, precious name. You kicked him down. You beat him. You stuck thorns in his head. You called him a liar. Now that you did what you did to my son, he sacrificed his life to show you all what time it is. Now I'm going to step in. I'm going to step in and I'm going to show you who's running this shit. And this includes you too, Satan. Because Satan, you were running the minds and hearts of these men out here that did this. Your demonic evil spirit is inside. It's consumed all these people that did this to this man. Because he didn't hurt a soul. He didn't hurt anybody. He didn't deserve to be crucified. But he sacrificed his life to show everyone that the power of God is real. So, you know, that scene, I know you guys saw at the end of the movie, The Passion of the Christ, that scene where Satan falls to his knees and he's looking up like at God and he's like, damn you. He was screaming. He was screaming and raging. Looked like they cast him into some nasty, it looked like a pit. There were skeleton bones and everything, but Satan had been defeated. Because once Christ died on that cross, that was it. God was like, you motherfuckers fucked up. Now I'm going to show you what's up. Now I'm going to show you what's up. I'm going to show you the power, who's running this shit. Because Satan had y'all fooled. Satan had y'all thinking that his way was the way. That to have all this hatred was the way to go. To destroy an empath. Jesus Christ was the most super empath, most loving, kind, beautiful person, individual. I don't even want to say person. That's disrespectful. He was an entity, a beautiful spirit, unlike anyone, just a beautiful soul. And who did he ever hurt? What did he ever do to be used and abused in such a despicable manner? And I love this story because I always fall back on this story, you know, especially with Judas, you know, the disciples. It's like he sat down, he ate with a table of people that were going to fucking cross him. Snakes. And be the ones closest to you that betray you. Be the ones closest to you to do you dirty, to sell their souls. Does that sound familiar in your life? The narcissist comes into your life like they're predators. They target you, they have their eyes on you. They monitor you and they're very calculated. They choose when to strike. And they come into our lives, they say everything that we want to hear. You know, I love you, I want a life with you. I'll never betray you. I'll never hurt you or abuse you like all the others did in your past. I'm this, and they say everything that sounds so good. It sounds so believable. And you let them into your life. And what do? They tear shit up in your life. And they do it in such a sneaky way. They pull you away from your family and friends. They isolate you. And they get you in a dark corner. This is why the domestic violence rate went up this year, because quarantine, innocent people were forced indoors with their abusers. And these abusers, they're isolating and abusing their victims when nobody else can see. But what the narcissist fails to realize, okay, you're abusing someone and you feel like, okay, because you got them behind closed doors, and you figure because your toxic family will cover up and help you do damage control so that, you know, this doesn't get out to the rest of the community, that you're off the hook. And you neglect to realize that God is watching you do this sick, disgusting shit. All the fucking pedophiles that are out here touching children. All the abusive men that are beating and raping and strangling and assaulting their women behind closed doors. The evil ass women that there's women that beat on men too. Domestic violence goes both ways. They do this shit in the presence of God, and they forget that God is holding them accountable. Let me make you understand. This is where the narc fails, because the narc, his or her whole goal is to crucify you, the same way they nailed Christ to the cross. The narcissist has to get his ass spanked, because once he crucifies you, now he has to watch your resurrection. He thought he was fucking burying you. When you would not submit to his control, when you rejected that triangulation, when you rejected all the Hoover attempts, he now became obsessed with destroying you and annihilating you. His job was to recruit you and bring you, pull you a part of Satan's team. They're out here recruiting people and breaking them down so that, you can lose faith in God. They're recruiting for Satan. But what happens when that fails? And they have to watch God resurrect you from the dead. The resurrection comes after the crucifixion. And that's how you destroy the narcissist. Jesus ascended. He didn't go back to his murderers. He ascended. You don't ever have to go back to those who crucified you. Let God resurrect you and you ascend, because the narcissist punishment is going to be very severe. God bless you guys and have a wonderful day.